thoughts on the Outlander 570. Well, we've had this particular unit 4 years in April, so we've had it quite a while. We use it for trail riding, hauling a trailer full of wood, or whatever else I can put in it, depending on what I'm doing. Pulls a log splitter. In fact, I'd say we do more work with it than play. I mean, it's pretty close. It's got about 833 miles. It's got 135 hours. There hasn't been a single issue with the machine. Now, I understand this is only one example, but I'd say it's holding up pretty well. Yeah, no complaints. Maintenance could be a little easier. There's 16 grease fittings that you should grease, especially if you're using it in mud and water. But once you do it a few times, figure out where they all are, and depending on the grease gun you're using, I use a battery powered grease gun. It makes it easier for the tight spaces. Yeah, and then the oil change is a little more involved than I think it should be, but it's not a big deal. I can get away with just taking off the inner right front fender panel to get at the oil filter, and it really doesn't take too much longer than any other machine if you do it that way. The other fluids, front diff, rear diff, they're really not much more difficult, if any, than any other machine. Transmission oil, the floorboard, does have to come off. But, I mean, it doesn't require frequent maintenance. Just look in the owner's manual. I mean, in normal operating conditions, the engine oil only needs to be changed 50 hours or so, or yearly, and I forget what the mileage is. It might even be 1,000, something like that. Don't quote me on it. Yeah, no real complaints with the machine. I mean, I think it's a really good machine. As far as its impending replacement, the Outlander 700/500 that's coming out. I mean, on paper, it's got all the right numbers on paper, but how is it going to perform in the real world? We'll have to see. Maybe we'll get one of those and put it up against this and the Grizzly and see how it does. But my initial impressions of the machine, it's definitely going to be a bigger machine. The seat height is what concerns me the most. 38-inch seat height. I mean, that's higher than most motocross bikes. I mean, that's a little higher than I think I'd like, but again, I'm going off of what I see on paper. It's going to be a wider machine than the 570. It's going to have a 2-inch longer wheelbase or so. And so it's definitely going to be a bigger machine. The 570 and 450 Outlanders, they're a full-size machine, but by today's standards, they're on the smaller side of full-size, and for some people, that still might be the better way to go. I do like the new machine as far as ground clearance. The arched A-arms look good. I'm not sure why they went away from the trailing arm rear suspension. That was something a lot of people liked, including cross-country racers, so not sure why they did that. I don't know if it's I have no idea. I would only be speculating. So, but yeah, we'll see how the machine performs. I mean, it's a 650 cc Rotax single in either the 500 or 700. The 500 is just detuned via the computer, and supposedly the camshafts are different. So, but yeah, we'll have to see. I do want to get my hands on one someday, and I definitely want to check them out as soon as they come in the dealers and see what I think up close. But yeah, until then, it's, I don't want to see the 570 go. I think it's a good machine. But, time goes on and things change. So, I mean, if you want a V-twin or a parallel, if you want a multi-cylinder machine in this class, this is, off the top of my head, this is the only one. So, if you want this machine, get it while you can.